How you guys doing? This is very important too. Somebody had communicated that they had somebody in Indiana had a record, had a check too that they were holding on to for like over 20 years. They've been holding on to this, where it was monies I was supposed to have received, where I could have moved to a better neighborhood or something. And it was like, I guess, I don't know if it was $10 million that they were holding on to because they knew this was an endangerment situation. I'm not sure which governor or mayor was involved in holding on to that check, or which person, or if you have to look it up, see what the story is on that, because I don't have any of the records. See, usually if people came over here to Indianapolis and delivered monies to like the police station or the governor or mayor, and I never received a letter about anything, then that means they're hiding the information. So you have to look it up and see if that's factual or not. If anybody ever delivered any monies to the city for me that I was supposed to have received, or in reference to the government or the Capitol building or anything. And you have to check to see which people they handed the monies to, or the letter or whatever. But I guess there was a letter or some documents that somebody had presented to the Capitol building or to the government in Indiana, that they were supposed to give me the monies, and I was supposed to move to a better neighborhood. And I never received the monies, never received the letter, never received none of it. I haven't received any of the lawsuit monies in reference to any of the abuses either. And, this neighborhood over here wasn't a snaggletooth neighborhood before. It wasn't a teeth mutilation neighborhood before. Even though I was held hostage in this neighborhood back in the 1980s, somewhere around the 80s. And, I got rescued from this neighborhood and kidnapped and rescued and held hostage in this neighborhood, several times. But, in reference to the history of the situation and the crimes of the people that stole the monies, or whatever document was, the document was about, I was supposed to receive certain amounts of money, or it was a check I was supposed to have received or something, and I was supposed to move to another neighborhood. And then I was supposed to possibly sit there for a little while to see if I received information. And if not, then I was supposed to travel to California. But I didn't receive the letter. I didn't receive the information. So whichever person is holding on to that document, that person probably needs to get arrested, in reference to the person that's holding on to the document and the monies. This was like 20 years ago is what somebody tried to say, or what somebody tried to communicate. But look up the information, see if it's true. Check the documents. Check the history of that information. But I guess it was like either 10 million or 20 million. They were supposed to. They came over and they delivered this check or something, or they had a court case where I was supposed to receive this money and I was supposed to move to a better neighborhood. Because the government dirty man tries to make up shit about neighborhoods too, whatever. And he tries to attack them with satellites or whatever he's trying to do. But, I've been getting abused at this house the whole time. And it was, 20 years ago, even when I was living at the other place. I was supposed to receive money to get away from the Ray family and some of these other people. But I didn't receive the monies, didn't receive the letter. The letter had some instructions on it or something. And, for me to move to another neighborhood closer to where my mother's mansions was at. My mother had mansions in Indianapolis too, in Indiana. And my father had property in Indiana too. So, it's kind of a long story. But you have to check the information, see if that's true or not. But that's what somebody tried to communicate or something. But that was over 20 years ago. And that money's worth a lot more now. It's probably in the billions, because I've been getting abused because they held on to that money. Now, in reference to anybody stealing or confiscating or intercepting monies in the postal mail, most of it's attempts of murder. Because they know that I wouldn't be in this neighborhood. I would have moved to a better neighborhood, or I would have went back to California, or went to another city and state every time they steal money. So pretty much every time they steal money from the postal mail, it's attempts of murder. Or anytime they're squatting on money, it's attempts of murder. Because I've been getting abused every single day. This is over 8,000 days of abuse. They've been burning me with satellites, trying to make somebody hot under the collar, swelling up my neck, burning my lips and teeth, and other things, burning the tailbone. Where's the lawsuit in reference to them burning my tailbone? Them burning my legs and the spider vein damage that they caused all these years, and the teeth damage, and the physical assault and sexual crimes of the government agents terrorizing my body and terrorizing my life. Where's the lawsuit monies? And in reference to that information about whether the Indiana government was holding on to a check, was either 10 million or 20 million or whatever they've been holding on to, there has to be court cases. In reference to every amount of money they've been holding on to. In reference to this hostage situation. Even if one of my friends from California or my mother and father's company, even if they sent me a couple $100, where's that? Even if they sent me thousands of dollars, even if they sent me millions, or even if they sent billions, where is it? There has to be court cases about everything. And I'm not supposed to have to wait until they go through all the court cases. You know, I'm supposed to receive money so I can move. This is a hostage situation. It's attempts of murder against the government every second of every day.